Good morning, students. Hope all of you are keeping fine. Yes. So today we are going to learn English literature poem on tiger. We are going to learn poem on tiger. Okay, written by Leslie Norris. Written by Leslie Norris. What is the full name? George Leslie Norris. Okay. So can you see the tiger? Where is the tiger? Is the tiger in the forest or kept in the zoo? Yes, tiger is kept in the zoo. Okay. So let us first of all we must know about the writer. George Leslie Norris was a poet and a short story writer. He is considered one of the most important English writer. His work has won many prizes. What was his work? Writing poems and short story. Okay. Some of his famous poems are Finding Gold, Finding Gold, The Girl from Cardigan, and Sliding. So these are his famous poems. So in this poem, Tiger, we are going to learn the life condition of a tiger in the natural world or in the jungle, and how his life situation or his behavior we find when tiger is kept in the zoo or in the cage. So children, we are going to learn more about our national animal, tiger. Children, kindly open your book, English literature book, page 22. So let's read the poem. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. Okay, so let us first of all know the word meaning, difficult word meaning. Okay, now stalks. The word meaning is given in your book. Learn the meaning. Stalks means when tiger sees animal, okay, slowly he follows slowly and quietly before attacking its prey. Before attacking any animal, he moves or follows slowly and quietly before attacking them. Okay. Now in this first line, the poet says about the natural life of a tiger. When tiger is in the forest, how he is eagerly waiting to attack animal for its prey to kill. Okay, in his vivid stripes. Vivid stripes meaning stripes, the long lines that we find on the body of a tiger. So how beautiful to look at it. Okay. So with that so beautiful animal moving slowly, quietly before attacking its prey. Okay. Now second line, the few steps of his cage. Okay. Now you have to imagine second picture. Now tiger is kept in the cage. Okay. Now do you think that tiger will able to run or take more steps? No, because the cage is very small. He can take only limited steps. He can take only few steps. So the few steps of his cage, when the tiger is kept in the cage, he can take only few steps. Okay. Now on pads of velvet quiet. On pads of velvet quiet. Now pads, what is the meaning of pads? Means the soft fleshy part on the lower side of an animal's foot is called pads. Okay. So his paws or his paw or the pads is compared with velvet cloth, how soft it is, So with his soft fleshy foot, when he walks inside the cage, it doesn't make any noise. In his quiet rage. The last line, what it tells? In his quiet rage. Now we know that tiger is a ferocious animal. He is strong, not afraid of human beings, neither and other animals. But when tiger is in the zoo or in the cage, his anger is suppressed. He is helpless, unable to show his anger. Therefore, his anger remains quiet. In his quiet rage, though he is angry, he is helpless. He is unable to show his anger to human beings or other animals. Okay, now he is inside the cage. Even if he tries, he is unable to do. Therefore, he is helpless. Okay, so this is about the first stanza. The tiger is in the zoo. Okay, he walks only limited steps, and there are stripes on his body which are quite noticeable. You can see the long lines on his body. We are able to see its paws are soft. Pads are very soft like velvet. Therefore, no noise is produced when it walks. And the tiger is very silent. When tiger is kept in the zoo, he is very silent. Even in spite of he is angry, he is unable to show his anger. Therefore, he is quiet. His anger is suppressed. So next stanza, stanza 2. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through the long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Okay, lurking, what is the meaning of lurking? Means remaining hidden and quietly waiting before attacking someone or something. Hiding behind the bush or in the grassy land before attacking animals or human being. Okay, so that is the meaning. Lurking. Now one more word, difficult word is there. Water hole. Water hole is a pond or a lake in a jungle where animals come to drink water. Okay, now in this stanza, the poet wants to tell that what tiger should be doing in his natural habitat or in the natural world. If tiger is in the forest, okay, what it should do? What it should do? Usually, tiger should be hiding in the shadow of trees. Or normally, we find the tiger hiding in the grassy land or grassy areas, hiding through the tall grass. Okay, if the tiger is there in his natural world, natural home, these all things tiger should do or does. It should be lurking to attack animal, especially when animals come to drink water near the water hole. You can see the first picture, how the tiger sitting under the long grass. Okay, and second picture you can see when plump deer, plump means fat, deer came to drink water. You can see how is going to attack. Okay, near the water hole where plump deer pass. Okay, that is about. So when the tiger is kept in the zoo, in the cage, that is a victim of human cruelty. Usually tigers are found sitting under some bushes or long grass near a stream or water lake or water hole. And as soon as they see their prey like deer coming there to drink water, they slide or they move silently through the grass and kill them. Here the poet wants to convey to us or give us message that tiger should be there in the forest and not in the cage or not in the zoo. Tiger should be in its natural habitat. Next stanza. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Means here again what tiger should do when tiger is there in the forest. He should be snarling around houses. Now these days trees are being cut because of the deforestation. If the forest is not there, trees are not there, then what will happen to the animals? They will move towards the cities, villages, attacking the people. That's what about in this stanza. Okay, now the poet here want to tell that if the human beings are cutting the trees, destroying the forest, slowly the tigers moves to the villages, towns to attack the people. That is their behavior. Tiger should be terrorizing the people, those who pass by that way, by showing its sharp teeth. Fangs means the large sharp teeth of animals like tiger. Okay, so that front sharp teeth that they have, that is called fangs. So terrorizing the people, those who pass by that way, showing its sharp teeth, bearing its claws. Now that nails that they have, fingernails, producing sound of anger. Okay, so that way making terrorizing, frightening the people, frightening the villages, village people. If the tiger is there in his natural home in the forest, these all things usually tiger does. Or tiger does. Okay, so in second and third stanza, we came to know, we learned what tiger should do when tiger is in the forest or in its natural habitat. But next one, but he is locked in a concrete cell. Now tiger is locked. You can see the picture. Kept in the cage. Locked in a concrete, not ordinary, not wooden, concrete. Meaning of concrete? A hard substance made with cement. Okay, that is out of that that cage is made. So he is locked in a concrete cell, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. In this stanza, the poet expresses deep sympathy at the unpleasant situation of the tiger, that is imprisoned in a cell or cage made of concrete. Now, the tiger can't come out of it because strong bars fixed at the concrete cell, and that stop him. Thus, the poet says that the tiger's strength is locked. Even though tiger is a strong animal, tiger has so much of strength and courage, but it is locked behind the bars. The tiger shows no interest in looking at the visitors, human beings, those who come in the zoo to visit, but he doesn't show any interest. Rather, he keeps on stalking. Stalking means walking in anger, moving to and fro, going and coming back. Okay, walking in anger and in proud manner with angry mood in the limited space of the cage. Last stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Okay, now when the tiger is kept in the zoo, people, visitors come to see, but he ignores them. He doesn't show any interest. Fed up of seeing the people, at last he hears the voice at night. Whose voice? Patrolling cars. What is patrolling cars? Security cars goes to the last round to check the zoo and go away. Okay, after that, after they are going, and stares with his brilliant eyes, looking at the sky. Look at the sky with his brilliant eyes. Why he is looking up, looking at the skies, stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars, hoping to get help from God. So, staring at the stars, brilliant stars, the tiger is hoping for the freedom. Now, in this poem, the moral that we get that we should not keep any animal or birds in the cage. We should let them go free. Think about yourself. If you are locked up in a room, how will you feel? You don't have any freedom. So, we are no one to take away the freedom of any animals, because animals' home is entire environment, natural forest, and not the cage. So this is what message we got from this poem, and the poet also wants to convey us message to let the animals and birds be free and not to keep in the cage or in a zoo. So children, this is all about the poem Tiger. Once again go through and learn about the poet George Leslie Norris, also the word meaning. Thank you. God bless you.